Nestled within the foothills of the snow-capped Sword Mountains of the Sword Coast is the mining town of Phandalin.
I appreciate the information, but what type of enemies are you talking about?
And then, I'm gonna pocket this for later. I'm not gonna open the letter yet.
Bring Adobra to safety. I shall pay you both 25 gold apiece.
So my happy demeanor kind of turns a little darker. All right, then. You asked for it.
I cast Mage Hand.
Okay. Okay.
All right, I rolled a 16. My persuasion is +6. I need you to tell me exactly why you're here.
Could somebody please tell me what is going on, since I seem to be the subject of so much interest?
As you guys look at this creature, it lets out a giant roar. Everyone roll initiative.
Oh shit. Oh shit. First combat.
Good Kraken.
What is cracking, everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of Songs of the Abyss Campaign 1, baby. I am your guys' registered daddy mommy, aka the Dungeon Master, Ernell Pearson, alongside my wonderful, wonderful friends, including one Devin Brevin, the dude.
That guy.
What's up?
Horns, just horns. Okay, yeah, that works for me. We also have my little Thai peanut. It's Xander.
Hey, good day to you.
Hey, good day to you, sir. He's got his mug that doesn't show. We also have our little, well, Devin's little cherry blossom. It is Garrick Bartholomew Eaton.
It's episode 2, you ding dong.
It is episode 2 of campaign 1. Yeah, my bad.
Oh no,
It's second episode.
we've already botched it.
Yeah,
We've
no.
already botched it.
The listener just like episode 1. Wait, what?
I know, right?
Start
I know. They fucked that up. They fucked that up. That's okay. My bad, guys. Hey, no worries. I'll just cut forward. You know what I'm saying? Just cut forward.
Thanks.
We also
Daddy,
have
mommy.
DJ Simfix.
Wawan Bossy.
Yes, and then finally our good friend Pub Master Drax, aka Sam. What's happening, dog?
Not much, but everyone remember to hydrate.
He's got a drink.
Remember to hydrate.
got-
Don't worry,
drinking.
I got the hydration.
Remember to hydrate.
Yes,
He's got a drinkster.
I got the hydration station here, baby.
That reminds me, I need a new
Hydration
bottle.
station.
You get a custom good Kraken water bottle going at some point?
We can
Yes.
we can do that.
Oh,
We can do that.
Yes,
Custom good crack
Yes.
D20.
I support that.
yes,
Crack dice set.
we are gonna do that. A whole dice set.
Yes, whole dice set, and a dildo. We no, okay, my bad.
Wrong show.
Absolutely
shit,
not.
My bad, guys.
Absolutely
My bad. Guys, welcome to episode 2. Last time that we got a chance to play, we got to introduce all of our wonderful characters, including, but not limited to, good old Boris Tarpos, who was our introductory to one Harbin Wester's character, as well as good old Jackal, who was able to meet up with Boris in pick up the quest, if you will, to find and save Adobra from the potential mortal peril of the beast that has been around the town of Phandalin. We also had K Moonwind, aka Moonwind, botch an entire performance, and then Cloud got to meet Adobra in person, and Leon got a chance to meet a wonderful, wonderful woman over at the Miners Exchange before heading over to Umbridge Hill, where all of our characters were able to meet and are now engaged in battle against a Manticore. Xander.
Yes, I might actually have to commission a piece from you for that one lovely woman from the Miners Exchange. We'll talk after this, but
You know, it's funny. I'll just go ahead and own it. I purposely gave her big yitties. I'm just gonna just go ahead and just full on fledged just admit that first and foremost.
Sometimes you just gotta do it for the vibe.
You just gotta do it, man. Because I'm my thought process with some of the character art was like, okay, I want Toblin Stonehill and Halia to just be extra hot. right? Just extra hot. So I just made like Toblin just like this big hoss of a fucking man. Was looking beautiful over there. And Holly, I was like, oh, I want her to be hot in like the jerk kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And so that included big yitties.
Leon appreciates that.
Now, without any further ado, ladies, gentlemen, thadies, and thents, we have our characters here engaging in this battle with the Manticore at Umbridge Hill, where we also have Adabra souped into things. Let's go ahead and get ourselves back into the grind for you boys. As you guys, we ended the last episode, the Manticore was crawling its way from behind one of the piles of stone that were at the opposing hill of the windmill. And it had already made an attempt at your lives by throwing some of its tail spikes your guys' ways before revealing itself into your guys' presence. And as we see this monstrosity of a creature making its way and its appearance before all of you, it is now on its full prow. We have this Manticore on all fours, just simmering its way towards you guys. We have all of you obviously breathlessly opposed against this creature here. This is a standoff, and this Manticore, you hear this growling underneath its breath as it's slipping towards all of you, 1 foot at a time. And as it does, you guys suddenly hear it as it peeks its head above the grass a little bit, saying, "Hungry. So hungry." As its tail lifts up in the air. It starts to crawl its way ever closer to all of you. And as it does, you guys see its almost humanoid face start to transform as it's repeating "hungry" as it's crawling towards all of you. Its eyes and its pupils start to split into 2 different irises on each eyeball. Its spikes start to protrude and more grow out of its mane, much like a lion with spikes protruding everywhere. Its tail seems to grow. Its wings, like bat wings, are spreading ever wider. And this creature's teeth starts to grow longer and protrude further than it was before as it takes one more step closer and closer and closer to each of you, as it continues to say, "hungry," and approaches fast pace. So you gentlemen have all rolled initiative at the end of our last episode. And in doing so, we were able to get our order for combat already settled and ready to go for everybody at home. Let's see here. So our order right now, we have Boris, Jackal, and Cloud. You two need to decide which one of you will be going first before the other, because you guys actually rolled evenly with each other.
Interessante.
So you guys can either discuss and figure out who will take that, or you both can do an extra initiative roll now to decide. And it would only be against you two. You guys would not be going against the group.
Do you have a preference, DJ? Because I feel like you do based on your character.
I think I want to go first because I have some setup. So, you know, because each round of combat is like 6 seconds.
Yes, which we will be going over here in a second. Garrick, do you concede, or would you like to challenge with a roll?
It's fine. I think it should be fine.
You'll give it to him? Okay, sounds good.
I'll give it to him.
Then it will go Jackal, Cloud, Leon, and then Moonwind before the Manticore finally gets its turn. So you guys are going to have an opportunity to attack beforehand. Now, with that said, I want to have an opportunity to explain to you guys a little bit about the combat rules, because combat in D&D is quite a bit more complex than just the hustle and bustle of dialogue and story moments and things like that. So let me go over how this kind of functions, right? So each of you and each of the creatures that you are battling get a turn. And much like a turn-based game, like a JRPG or something like that, you are given an option of actions and moves that you can make throughout the course of your turn. So, and it works sort of in phases that you can move around the order of the phases however you would like to. But for each phase, you can only make one thing within that phase. So, let me explain it this way, right? Firstly, in the beginning of combat, we will determine surprise, which is whether or not you or the enemy has surprise and advantage over the other. In this case, you guys know that the Manticore is here, so that is not worrisome. Next, we establish positions, which we already have on the map for you guys. Some people do what is called the theater of the mind, in which they just explain what everybody's positioning is, but we are fortunate in the year of 2025 to have a digital map that we can all share with each other. So we do not need to worry about that. You guys already rolled initiative, so we do not have to worry about that today, but every combat we roll for initiative to know who is going and what order of their turns. And then for each of your turns, you guys get, like I said, phases. So that includes movement, in which you guys are able to move a distance around the map determined by the speed of your character. For you guys to know, all of your characters have a movement speed of 30, which means that each of your characters per turn can move up to 30 feet during the movement step. The exception to this, in one quick second, Garrick, the exception to this is if one of you, like DJ, like a rogue, has a dash ability, you guys can use dash as what is called a bonus action, which we'll be talking about here in a second. Garrick, your question. Yeah.
Sorry, I was muted. I have a special ability on my sheet called Feline Agility that lets me double my move in combat. Does combat start the moment we roll initiative?
Combat starts right after initiative is rolled.
Okay, so after initiative is rolled. Okay, because it's a thing I can only do in combat, but it allows me to double my movement for one turn.
Does it say anything about it being a bonus action? Or is it static?
I will. Sorry, I will pull up specifically. I just had it, but I think I clicked away.
No worries. In the meantime, there are also other movements that you guys will be doing, like swimming, if you guys are ever swimming in combat. If there is hard or difficult terrain, it'll slow down your guys' speed. But as you guys, I was mentioning to you on the map here, there is a ruler position that you can click and drag, and it'll tell you how far away the distance is. So as long as you guys are within 30 feet, you are good to go. Now, the beauty of this is you guys can actually split your movement. So if you wanted to do 15 feet at the beginning of your turn, do an attack, and then move an additional 15 feet after, you are allowed to do that. DJ, who has dash, can actually move 30 feet, do an attack, and then for his bonus action, which is another one of the phases, he can use dash, and that allows him to move an additional 30 feet if he would like to.
I don't have that.
You should, as a rogue.
Everybody has dash.
I have dash, but not as a bonus action.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, excuse me. You have other bonus actions that allow you to do an additional dash. My bad. That was my mistake. Garrick, yes.
Did my mic quality suddenly just improve greatly?
It did.
Yes.
For a second, it got a little bit robotic. But you're fine.
It was not even on my wave. I wasn't even using my wave. I was using my fucking default laptop mic. That's why I sounded like booty.
Oh, that's
shit.
Interesting. You didn't sound that bad.
It reset when my PC updated this morning. So I'm sorry, y'all.
No worries. Yeah, you didn't actually sound that bad off the jump.
Oh yeah, but I do have that ability pulled up now. That was the other thing.
Perfect. Yeah, what's it say?
It says feline agility special. When you move on your turn in combat, you can double your speed until the end of your turn. Once used, you cannot use this trait again until you move 0 feet on one of your turns.
Oh, okay, cool. So you can move double.
Single action.
Yeah, so you can move double speed, so up to 60, but one of the following turns afterwards, you have to not move at all to compensate for it. So it's a give and take. Now, for action, which is the next phase. Action is where you are able to perform some sort of physical interaction, generally speaking, of your character. So that includes attacking, casting a spell, dashing, which is what I was bringing up earlier, which again I'll clarify here in a second, disengaging with an enemy, dodging, helping one of your party members with something that they might be doing, hiding, which you would roll a stealth check, readying, which is a thing in combat where you can prepare yourself for an oncoming enemy attack, searching, which you would roll a perception and or investigation check, depending on what it is, or using an object. So if there's an object in the environment you would like to use, that is where you would use it. And then bonus action, which is the next sort of phase step here, is a sequence of things that your character specifically, if it says this is for a bonus action, that is where this would go. That does not mean you get to attack twice. That does not mean you get to move twice or dodge twice or trigger twice or things like that. This is literally just for class or species specific bonus actions. The exception of this is if you have 2-weapon fighting. This is where you would do that second attack. You monks naturally have 2-weapon fighting because you guys are mostly fighting with your fists. Devin also has 2-handed fighting. With that said, we'll get into how that functions later on once you guys actually do it. A next phase step here is item interaction. This is where you would use one of the items that your guys' character has equipped, like a potion of healing or a magical item. You would then be able to use that here. And then lastly is something that is actually an invisible phase, is what they call it. It's called a free action. So this is something that you actually do not have to do in any sort of restricted way. This is including saying something in combat, dropping an item, switching what weapon is in what hand, or letting go of one hand off of a weapon, or glancing over your shoulder in combat. You guys are freely available to do that within that phase. As mentioned earlier, each turn is a 6-second real-time movement. So each one of you have this thing that you're doing. You have 6 seconds that your character is doing it. With that said, I think we are good to go to kind of get into the nitty-gritty here. Do you boys have any questions with that said? Hell.
Oh, I'm ready.
What's
the turn order? What's the turn order?
I said it earlier. You weren't paying attention.
No, you said the top 3 people. That's it.
Boris.
No, you said it earlier.
Boris, Jackal. Just as a reminder, Boris, Jackal, Cloud, Leon, Moonwind, and then the Manticore.
And then, okay.
There you go.
Sick.
And as we begin here, my fine gentlemen, we have Boris running in first, my good sir. What would you like to do?
I would like to commit great acts of violence right now.
Hell yeah, baby, let's go.
So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bonus action cast Hunter's Mark on the Manticore.
Ooh, okay. What does Hunter's Mark do for the party?
So it doesn't do anything for the party. It only does stuff for me.
No, I mean, but explain it to them because they don't know.
So what it does is Hunter's Mark is a 90-foot range. All I have to do is basically just mark a target. And what that's going to do for me is I get advantage on tracking this creature if it ever tries to run away. Mm-hmm. And then I do a bonus 1d6 force damage to it. If the creature dies and there's another creature that I want to mark with Hunter's Mark, I can actually move the mark over to it as a free action.
Perfect.
So that's my bonus action because I always have that prepared as a ranger.
Yes, sir.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to commit to a move, and I'm going to move Boris 6 spaces here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So I'm going to go there, and then I'm going to make a longbow attack.
Okay. Your longbow attack, that has you if I remember correctly here, you be rolling 1d8 and then adding a +4 modifier for your dexterity modifier there. So go ahead and roll.
As long as I hit, so I have a +6 to hit, so I feel pretty okay about this.
Yes, my mistake.
I got a grand total of a 15 + 6, so that's a 21 to hit. Does that hit the Manticore?
It does, my good sir, it does.
All right, so because I have Hunter's Mark on it, I'm going to roll a d8 and a d6, and I'm going to add 4 to it.
Perfect, okay.
So damage, I got a total of 9 damage against the Manticore.
9 damage, perfect. So, let's see here. Manticore takes 9. You shoot off this arrow well across the field. It lands straight right onto the back of the neck of the Manticore. You see it lift off the ground and start howling, like as it's lifting up its claws, reacting to this painful little arrow that it just tucked right behind its ear. Nextly, do you have any other movements? Any other steps you want to take here?
I do not. That was my bonus action, my movement, and my attack. I will pass the turn.
Perfect, sir. Perfect. Okay. And next we have good old Jackal. You are up. What would you like to do, sir?
How far is the Manticore from us, the party, or from me?
Based on the measurement, if I remember correctly here, I can probably pull it up on my end here. 1 second. From you, Jackal, it is 37 feet.
37 feet.
Yes, sir.
So I can get pretty close, but not enough, not close enough to hit him with my dagger.
Correct.
So
yes.
I want to move closer here behind these rocks here.
Okay.
Because the Manticore's attention is fixed on Boris.
Perfect.
Does it see me move here? Sneak around because I'm trying to sneak.
Arguably, yeah, it'll see you unless you are wanting to perform that movement as or your action as a hide. If you're wanting to hide as an action, you can do that instead of attacking this turn.
Yes, I would like to do that.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me a stealth check. So that will be your roll plus your dexterity modifier.
Stealth check is +8 for me.
Perfect.
So let me roll here. Fuck, it's 4 + 8. That is 12.
Okay, cool. So, you, my good sir, let me double check one quick thing here. I have to see. Yeah, no, that's not going to be successful. So, you run, you slide into the backside of this stone pile, and as you do, you're like kind of tucking yourself underneath, and this Manticore sees you in his peripheral vision and goes from Boris and looks over like as you slide from behind these rocks there. Do you have any more steps there that you want to take? You still have a bonus action.
Takes my action, right?
It takes your action.
I do have a bonus
yes,
action.
Yes. You have anything for your character that you can do?
It only has only thing is 2 weapon fighting, and I can't. I'm not close enough.
Okay. So, no worries. All right.
So that is the end of my turn.
Okay, then we will move over to Cloud. Garrick.
Awesome. I want to use my feline agility and sprint straight at it.
Oh, shit. All right, my good sir. Yeah, go ahead. You can take your ass right on over there. So you're hustling and bustling over to the Manticore. There we go.
Oh, boy.
Is that close enough?
Yes. Yeah, that's totally fine right
Okay.
there. Okay.
I can still have some extra movement, so I wanted to clarify, because I'm at 50 feet and I can move 60.
Yes, for a turn. You can't move your next turn, so just keep that in mind. Well, you can. You just have to.
I just can't. It's just my normal move, but I can't use feline agility again until I don't move at all for one turn.
Right.
Which we'll see how it goes from here.
Yes, we will. Okay, action, Garrick.
Oh yeah, we are just unarmed striking, punching this dude straight in the face.
All right, man. Fuck yeah. So your first attack here, you are going to be rolling to see if you hit first.
17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23.
23? Okay, you definitely hit. Yes, sir. And now you get to roll for damage. That's 1d6 plus your strength modifier, so plus 4 in your case.
I can actually choose my strength or my dex modifier, and I'll be using my dex. Since my dex modifier is higher, it's a plus 4.
Sure, perfect.
Oh, actually, I think they're both plus 4. I don't think it matters in this case.
Your dex is a plus 6.
No, your dex is plus 4, your strength is plus 2.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. So it defaults to my dex on my sheet then, so that's the plus 4.
Probably because it's bigger. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Bummer. I rolled a 1, so 5.
5? Ooh, okay. So the Manticore will take 5 damage. There, my good sir. Let me see here. Pull this bad boy up. 5 damage. All right. Nextly, do you have anything else you would like to do, Garrick? Do you have any bonus actions you can take?
Yes, I do have a bonus action. I can make a second unarmed strike, and I'm going to be making my second sweep with my claws instead of my fists.
Okay, I like it. Go ahead and roll. See if you hit.
12.
12. Okay. That does hit.
Let's go.
Nope, it does not, actually. Sorry, my mistake.
Wow.
Yeah, it does not hit.
Damn.
I needed to double check.
I'm hyped.
There's another number that was very similar. No, did not hit, unfortunately. So you go to slice this fucker, and it just so happens to take one good duck back away from your slice as you go for it. Right after you got done punching it in the face. Good on you, man. Good on you. Any other moves, Garrick?
No, that will do it for me, and I will pass my turn.
Stellar. Next, we have Leon, who just walked away from his desk.
I'm right here.
Next, we have Leon, sir.
All right, so let's see here. If I was to cast Eldritch Blast, would Cloud be in my way?
Right now, yes. But you can make a movement first. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up here, right next to Boris. Get a nice little line of sight right there.
Okay.
I'm going to perform Eldritch Blast. Because
Eldritch Blast.
Why else?
Okay.
What else?
All right, go ahead and roll to see if you hit.
So it's a D20 with the plus 6. Charisma.
Yes, sir.
We got 24.
24, very nice. Okay, go ahead and roll for damage. That's 1d10 for your Eldritch Blast.
We got a 10.
Got a 10.
wow.
All right, dude.
Max
Very
damage.
nice. Very nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Manticore takes 10 damage there. So you duck over to Boris, and Boris is right next to your side here, and you just go off, shot off right in the face, and it shoots across, comes right next to Cloud, and blasts the Manticore right next to its head, sending it off into another wailing roar across the field there, good sir. Devin, is there anything else you would like to do?
Yes, I'd like to enter my bonus action, and I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis to add 5 HP.
Right, I think Armor of Agathis can be cast as a bonus action, if I remember correctly. I think that's the only one of your skills that can, or spells. Excuse me. Okay, go ahead.
So I will cast Armor of Agathis.
Okay, so Let me make sure that you don't have any. Okay, so that's a abjuration spell, so you don't need to do. Ooh, wait. Okay, so you cannot cast that yet. Armor of
It says it's
Agathis.
a bonus action.
Armor of Agathis requires you have a shard of blue glass with your character in order to cast it.
Really?
So, because abjuration spells require an item to be on your character in order to pay a cost towards the spell, that is what happens there. For your other spells, to let you know, give you a heads up too, for comprehend languages, you need to have a pinch of soot and salt with your character. Detect magic requires concentration for up to 10 minutes, but doesn't require an item. Let's see. Mage armor, you need a piece of cured leather with your character. And speak with animals, you do not need an item for. Now, with that said, Devin, because I love you, what we can do is I'll allow you to cast Armor of Agathis for this battle, and we can say for one of your spells, we'll have your character have a piece of glass. How does that sound?
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
And then for your other remaining spells, we'll work out your character getting the items that he needs to cast those spells. So, Armor of Agathis, you want to go ahead and cast. Devin, could you tell the party and everyone at home what Armor of Agathis does?
Yeah, Armor of Agathis is a protective magical frost spell that it surrounds me with frost. I gain 5 temporary hit points. If a creature hits me with a melee attack roll before the spell ends, the creature takes 5 cold damage, and the spell ends early if I have no more temporary hit points.
Yes, and the spell lasts for 1 hour.
Correct.
So you have now 16 hit points currently, my good sir. Make note of that, please, if you can, because D&D Beyond does not allow me to add additional hit points. So just keep that in the back of your mind for me, okay? Devin, any other actions you'd like to take?
Just letting you know, there's the temporary hit points section right there. I just added 5 to it on my character sheet.
Oh,
so I have
beautiful.
5 temp.
Yeah,
Yep.
It didn't give me an option to do that, so I think it leaves that up to you guys to do. So that's good to know. Okay.
I look over at K Moonwind after I perform these actions, and I say, "Now this is real magic."
Is your mage hand still up?
Yeah,
it is. Yes, it is. It is. That's good. Good callback, man.
Just so shishing kid. Magic.
All right, now we move over to Moonwind, good sir. You're muted.
This
You're
fucking
muted.
prick.
Oh, okay, there
Oh,
you
no,
go.
yeah,
You're good. You're good. Okay. This fucking prick is right.
So
yes.
I choose to reposition over to the northmost stones.
Ooh, okay.
Stoning.
Just beyond here. And I ready my short bow for the Manticore.
Ooh, ready your short bow. I like it. Okay. All right. So with readying, the way that readying works is that you need to pick the trigger of which you are reacting to, and then you need to pick what respond you will have when that trigger happens. Meaning, you need to determine what the movement is going to be of the Manticore, and then what your response is going to be when that Manticore does the thing. So what are you looking at,
Right.
my good sir?
So I'm waiting for the Manticore to pass by, say, I'm going to use my character. This set of rocks over here.
Okay.
Once
Enter.
it crosses those rocks,
Okay.
I let loose an arrow.
Okay, sounds good. So you're going to go ahead and ready then. Is there any other actions you'd like to take this turn, sir?
Not at this moment, no.
Okay, sounds good. We will now move to the Manticore. The Manticore, duking it out with Cloud here right in front of him, is actually going to try to get Cloud off his fucking case, first and foremost. So we are going to roll to attack Cloud here. Cloud. So the Manticore, Cloud gives it that one cat claw there to swipe down. The Manticore ducks down and dodges it and goes to swipe right back at Cloud, and Cloud ducks right at the perfect time in order for that claw to go right above his head.
They're trading blows.
Weaving. Tossing a fucking Manticore over here, dude.
With that said, the Manticore... the Manticore also gets a two-armed or a multi-attack. Let me make sure that I get that correctly here, so that not. Oh my god! For fuck's sake! Open the goddamn thing. Let's see here. Umbrage Hill. There we go. Boop. All right. So it has multi-attack. Okay, perfect. It's going to take one more attack against Cloud. So after the swipe comes across Cloud's head, right above his head, it goes to chomp down on you. Its mouth gapes open, its teeth elongate, and right as it goes to chomp you again, Cloud just jumps back like 5 feet away from it, and it doesn't get anywhere near him. Now we move back to Boris Tarpos for his turn again.
Okay. So, I don't really care much for Leon being next to me here, so I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, so I can start shooting the flank here.
I like it. Okay.
And yeah, we'll just let loose another arrow here.
Okay.
So we'll try to shoot with the longbow.
Check one thing here, because you are... Okay, yeah, you're well within range, so... Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, my short range is 150, my long is 600 feet. Like, I think
right.
I got that, yeah. My total to hit on the Manticore is 15.
That does hit, yes.
All right, so I'm going to roll a d8 and a d6.
Okay.
Grand total I got here was... I'm Mr. Consistent. I got 9 damage again.
Oh, 9 damage again. All right.
9 damage again.
Damn.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Giving it to this thing.
We pumping out numbers right now.
So you shoot off this bow. It goes flying right next to the rocks, hitting the Manticore right on its ass. And as it goes to chomp down on Cloud, and Cloud moves out of the way, the arrow hits. It starts screeching out loud and pounces itself off to the, just briefly to the side, turning its way towards you, Boris. Any other things you would like to do here, sir?
Let's see, that was a move and attack. I wonder if it's gonna be ready to come and swing at me here. So I wonder if it's just gonna like start trying to charge me. I will swap weapons. I will drop my longbow and I will pull out a scimitar and a short sword.
Nice. Okay. Sounds good. So you go for an equip. Perfect. And next we move to Jackal. What would you like to do, sir?
Okay, on the sheet it says, so Jackal's gonna pull out 2 daggers.
Okay.
He's gonna 2-hand these.
Yep.
It says the daggers have 20 feet of...
That's if you throw them. So if you throw them, they can reach up to 20 feet on a throw.
It says I reach up to 60 feet with the throw, but
interesting.
Like 20 is the base. I don't know if
no. Okay, so there's a short distance and a long distance. So your short distance is 20 feet, 60 feet is your long distance. If they are between 20 and 60 feet, you are rolling at a disadvantage. What that means is that when you roll to see if you hit, you would actually be rolling 2 d20s, and you would take the lower number as your hit die.
Okay. I would like to move, or how far away is the Manticore? Is he about like 17?
There's a if even that. There's a ruler thing you guys can use on the tool that lets you like click. And
I didn't know if
drag.
it was correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, 17 feet. I'm gonna move a little bit closer here, to right about here next to Cloud.
Okay.
I'm gonna make. I wanted to do a sneak attack because I think I can still do that.
You still have to do a stealth check before you do that.
Yes. You will. You'll because the sneak attack has to be coming out of you being in a hiding. So, you would have to approach this in phase of you hiding first. So you could move to the rocks next to the Manticore, kind of behind it, because it's now facing Boris. You could move to the rocks behind it to approach for a sneak attack your following turn.
Yeah, no, I didn't know. It didn't even put that in the description, so I didn't know I could.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things. I got you. No worries.
Yeah. So I'm gonna throw my dagger at it.
You're gonna throw a dagger? Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and do the first here. So just a heads up too, and I want to make sure that you guys know this for all of you two weapon fighters. When you are doing 2-weapon fighting, your first attack, if you roll and it's successful, you would add the damage modifier to it. Your second attack does not have the damage modifier. You're just raw rolling the dice. So just let you guys know. So DJ, go ahead and throw your first dagger here.
Yep, I'm gonna pull out the dice tower just for good luck.
Yep. Roll for hit here.
D20. It's +6. That is a 9 +6. That is 15.
15. That definitely does hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Roll for damage. I roll 1d4 +4 on the first one. 6.
6. Okay, sounds good. Manticore will take 6 damage. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, DJ, is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
I still have a bonus action with the two weapon fighting. Can I still
yes.
throw
Okay,
on
you'd like to make your second attack? Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm gonna throw my second dagger at it.
Okay.
For 1d4. Or wait, do I roll for hit first? Do I still
roll
need
for
to
hit first? Yeah, roll for hit
okay.
first.
Yeah. All right. Dice tower's coming back. Need this to hit. Need to do big damage.
He's putting it on his microphone. It's so funny.
That is a 5 +6. That is 11.
11. Okay, that does not hit. So DJ, you run up on this Manticore and you chuck that first dagger and it goes right behind its neck. And then as you go to take the second one, the knife goes to leave your hands and it just does not get the spiral off correctly and goes flying towards the Manticore, landing next to the Manticore in the grass, standing blade into the ground, my good sir. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn, sir?
I still have a little bit of movement, right?
Yeah, you still have about 13 feet you can move if you'd like to.
Okay, 13 feet. I'm gonna move myself towards the rocks here.
Okay, all right. So you go sliding behind those rocks again after throwing your daggers, you know. I like it, my good sir. I like it. Okay. Yes, Devin.
Question. Can I interact by talking to the party while we take our turns?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Tabaxi, make sure you stay out of my way when you move in for your next attack.
Okay. All right. I like it. And now we move over to the Tabaxi, Cloud. Go ahead, sir. What are you liking to do?
I'm going to give that 20 half-elf bastard a sharp look.
Okay. You're going to turn over. Give him a glare.
Give Leon a sharp glare. And then I'm going to turn back to the Manticore. And fuck it. This feels like a great time to do this.
Okay.
And I am going to stance up and unravel my armbands as we and then I will use them with their surprising weight to strike at the Manticore as if they were whips.
Okay, so before you roll, Garrick, this is a magical item that Garrick and I have agreed with to act as sort of a whip for his character. So he has arm wraps that are around his arms, and he sort of effectively, like Kratos, unravels them and can lash enemies with these wraps that are around his arms. So Garrick, go ahead and roll for hit.
Wraps.
Chaos wraps, baby. Let's go. 1 second, Xander. Give me a moment.
17.
17 definitely hits. Good, sir. Go ahead and roll for damage. That'll be 1d4 plus 4 for your dexterity modifier.
Eight.
8. All right. So the Manticore will take 8 damage here. Xander, pose your question really quick, good sir.
I was just going to say, as Moonwind sees Cloud unraveling his wraps, Moonwind says to himself, I've got to get me one of those.
I love Moonwind's
He's like
open
peeking.
commentary so much, dude.
He's like peeking behind the rocks. He's like, oh.
Oh, that was so cool. All right, so
And then Jackal yells, "Hey, no regular bobcat!"
so Garrick unravels his arm wraps, and he takes one big wind back and just lashes right at the motherfucker in the ribs. And there's a Manticore kind of just getting this hit, ducks down and winces in pain, giving another low growl as it kind of starts to curl up a little bit more. It looks at Cloud and deep into his eyes says, "Hungry," as it curls up even more. Anything else you would like to do?
Yes, I am going to use my 2-weapon fighting since I have a whip in each hand.
Okay, good, sir.
And strike at him yet again.
All right.
21.
21. Oh, that is a critical motherfucking hit, my friend. So go ahead and roll for the damage. You are doing just a raw 1d6. Or 1d4, excuse me.
1d4, right?
Yep.
3.
3. Okay, that will double because it's a critical hit. So that'll be 6 points of damage. Garrick, what I like to do for critical hits with you guys is I like to give you guys a moment to just display how you want this critical hit to happen for everybody. So go ahead and tell us what happens with this big motherfucking left you're throwing here.
Yes. As I am standing there finishing my first move, I hand over hand do a somersault to gain the momentum of my strike.
Okay.
And fall forward just a little tiny bit. Is that okay? Like
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We'll take it away
because I twirled right, and I just bring the whip down with all my force across this motherfucker's face.
Smack it right on its fucking head. Yeah, so you slam that wrap right on the top of its head. It like keels over and falls over onto its side with its paw over the top of its head, saying hungry, and starts rolling a little bit further away from all of you as it takes that damage. Garrick, anything else, good sir?
No, sir.
All right, next
That's
we
my
move to Leon, good sir. What would you like to do?
Eldritch Blast.
No. It's time to turn up the heat here. I'm gonna use I'm gonna cast Firebolt.
Firebolt? Okay, sounds good.
Alright, rolling.
Roll to hit.
21.
21. That's with your +6.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Nine.
Okay. Let me see here. Deduct that damage really quick. Oopsies, wrong thing. 9. cool. All right, Devin, you're casting this firebolt, doggy dog. What's this looking like?
Firebolt. I put out my hand, like just side stance, just like all fucking, like cocky as shit. You see this fucking flame start to come out in front of my hand. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, it's over for you. And
like
then you just see
Iron Man
this
with the repulsor beam. Like,
you just see this piercing, just like kind of chaotic shaped, like flame just shoot out super fast and just go straight into the Manticore's face.
Perfect. Yeah, that lands right on top of the Manticore's head as its paw is covering its head, trying to protect itself. Lands right on its face on the ground there. It starts screeching and howling harder than it was before, and it starts to crawl back up onto its feet. What do you do next, Leon?
I pull out my longsword and a dagger. So
Okay.
a longsword and a dagger, and I move.
Do you have your dagger equipped? It's not equipped,
no,
but I'll put it on
yeah,
for
no.
you there. There you go.
And then I will move to. Yeah, we got that. Oh no, wrong button. Sorry. I will move right to here. I believe that's my 30 feet, right? Like right there, I think. Let me make sure that was correct. It's right here, so I can move a little closer.
Yep, go ahead.
There's my 30 feet. And what's the distance between me and the Manticore?
About 5 feet. Yep.
Exactly 5 feet.
Which is
I'll
within
take my bonus action.
So
Because
okay.
I have a 5 foot.
So
I have a 5 foot reach.
the bonus action, because of your 2 weapon fighting, you casted the spell. Your bonus action went to you equipping the weapons first.
Did it?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just move in to pressure him.
Pressure him. Okay, sounds good. Anything else you'd like to do, sir?
I look at the tabaxi and I was like, let's kill this monstrosity.
On this we agree on.
Next, we move to Moonwind, sir.
All right, I stole my short bow, and I would like to reposition myself 28 feet
Okay.
right in front of the Manticore, and pull out my quarterstaff and deal a blow to the face with the Manticore.
Blow to the face of the Manticore. Okay. Go ahead and roll for hit.
That's the D6,
D20. See if you hit first.
D20. $18.
And then you can do +5, so it'll be 23. Okay, so that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll for damage. Your quarterstaff is going to be 1d6 plus 3.
Five.
5. All right.
So eight total.
8 total. Okay, cool. Perfect. And anything else you would like to do here, sir? You have a natural secondary attack that you can do as a bonus action with your quarterstaff.
I'll do a secondary attack.
Secondary attack. Okay, go ahead and roll to see if that one hits.
6.
6. Okay. And then that's not going to hit. So, you run up with this quarterstaff, give it a swing right on the top of its fucking head as it's kind of crawling up. You just thunk that bitch right in between the fucking eyes, and it ducks down again, wincing in the pain from you just smacking it right in the head. And then when you come back up to do another strike, it just so happens to use its paw to push you out of the way for a brief second to move its way away from the attack there. Cool. Anything else you'd like to do, sir?
From that, I just back away and ready myself for an oncoming attack.
Okay, readying is already an action. You already took an action.
Okay.
But you can chill there if you would like to.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just sit there.
So we now go to the Manticore. Going to use its... So the Manticore starts to rise up a little bit higher as it's grimacing towards you guys. You can tell that this creature, bloodied and red in the eyes, is now starting to physically shake and react towards your guys's, while you guys are standing there in front of it. It comes up onto its 2 feet, and as it does, its wings start to spread open. It lets out one more growling roar in front of you, and then its wings beat down, flying its way up into the air. The Manticore will move its way over here to escape you guys from coming any further towards it. And then as it does that, it lands onto the ground. The Manticore raises its tail and fires one tail spike directly at Leon. It'll shoot this tail spike right at Leon, and as this tail spike comes your way, you literally just pick up your sword and just ting, slap it out of the way of your face, like it was nothing, like it was a rock being pegged your way. It will shoot another tail spike over towards Cloud, and okay, cool. What's your AC, Garrick?
17.
17. Okay, so it shoots the second tail spike at you, and as the spike comes your way, it glances right by your head. And you can feel the wind rushing right by your ear. And then the Manticore actually has 3 tail spike attacks it can make. And it will shoot this one right at Moonwind behind Leon. So going towards Leon and Moonwind here. Tail spike comes your way, and as it does, Moonwind, you are able to actually duck out of the way of the last tail spike as well. This Manticore sucks ass, dog. It sucks so much ass, dude. you guys are quite literally fucking this thing up, dude.
Beating the fuck out of him.
Boris, we move to your turn, good sir. Go ahead.
Cool. Well, I was hoping to engage in melee so Jackal could get his sneak attacks off. So in that case, I'm going to... I'll use a bonus action to sheath my weapons, and then as I move, I would like to pick up my longbow.
Okay.
I just want to move here, and then just take a shot at it.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead and roll to see if you hit.
Alright. Rolling. Probably a miss. I got a grand total of 11.
11, okay. Yes, that is going to miss. So you let off that bow, it shoots off into the air, and as it comes down, it just barely doesn't make it. It hits the ground right in front of the Manticore, and it just kind of briefly swats it away as if it's annoyed with your arrow shot in front of it. Any other actions, good sir?
That is my turn.
Okay.
As he misses, Leon looks at him and he's like, "Aren't you supposed to be a ranger?"
Oh, okay. All right. He's talking shit. Okay.
Something Ned mentioned.
This motherfucker. Next, we move to Jackal.
Okay, I had the crossbow from earlier.
Mhm.
So does me equipping it, is that an action? Does that take away?
Equipping is a bonus action.
Equipping is a bonus action. So like,
Yes.
it was on my back, I pull it out. I pull out the light crossbow.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take a shot at the Manticore from there.
Okay, before you do, let me just make sure of something here. So Jackal. Okay, yeah, it's 53 feet. So it's within your
Actually,
close range.
I want to move. I want to move closer. Actually, I want to move like
Okay.
towards the.
I mean,
back to the set of rock.
You were still good no matter what. So okay.
Yeah,
so
yeah. I
you
just wanted to get closer, just a little bit.
Okay, for sure. And then go ahead and roll to see if you hit.
Yep. Yeah, I got you. We gotta do this. All right. We'll see if I hit. Let's see. Let us see. Let us. The heck is that? What number is that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 16 plus 6. That is 22. That is a
22. All right. DJ, you raise that crossbow up and you just aim that fucker right at the Manticore. And it's long, it's away from you and it's panting and you can see its legs getting weak. It's staring at you knowing that you're about to give it this crossbow bolt. You hit that trigger, it goes flying and hits the Manticore right between the eyes. And as you do, it starts to scrape its face from taking that bolt between its eyes, my good sir. Anything else you'd like to do?
I didn't roll for damage. I don't know how much damage I did.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry, my mistake.
Yeah. I roll 1d8 plus 4, so that's 8 damage. I did 8 damage.
Okay, cool. 8 damage. All right, yeah, all right. And anything else, sir?
No, I can't do anything else.
You got more movement that you can
I'll turn
do.
Back. I turn back to the board. That's how you hit an arrow, buddy.
Y'all talking shit is so funny.
Well, we don't really know each other yet, so
right, of course. Next, we have Cloud.
Okie dokie. All right. I should be able to use my feline agility again, since I stood my ground and used my whips. Yes.
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
I didn't move. Awesome. So I would like to. I see him fussing with the bolt in his face, and he's distracted. I'm just going to shout, "He's nearly finished!" And I'm going to sprint at him yet again.
All right.
Moving it.
We'll move a little this way. We'll sprint at him that way.
Okay, perfect. And Garrick is like on all fours. He's just fucking.
As I'm running up, as I get ready to sprint, I ravel up my armbands and just start hauling ass. As soon as I get it, I'm just gonna come out of my sprint and just swing.
Okay, are you doing cat claws or are you going for a punch?
Fists. Going for a punch.
All right, my good sir, go and roll to see if it hits. 25. Okay, and that's with your modifier.
I'm so bad at math. Don't mind me. Like, I'm literally counting on my fucking fingers over here.
That's okay. That's with your modifier?
Yes, that's with my modifier.
Okay.
I rolled an 18. Oh,
okay,
dude, I'm dyslexic as fuck.
Yeah, that's okay. That happens. Okay, cool. So go ahead and roll. That definitely hits. Go ahead and roll for damage. 1d6 plus 4.
1d6. So 2, 6.
6. Okay, cool. Okay, so you run up on this fucker and you're just full sprint, full bore coming at him, and your wraps come back to your arms. You fly towards him with one fist and just land it right at the top of his fucking nose as he ducks his head down and screeches one big loud screech into the ground that you are pummeling his head down. Garrick, do you take secondary attack for your bonus action?
Yes, I would absolutely.
I assume
And
that was
we're
gonna be the
not. We're
case.
gonna. Yeah, we're gonna keep. We're gonna keep with the fists this time. We're just gonna try to swing for like an uppercut.
Okay.
Oh no! Only got a 9 on that one with my modifier.
A 9. Okay, with your modifier. Oof. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, I rolled a 3.
Okay, so this you hit the first hit, and as you're going for this uppercut, the Manticore. I'm actually going to roll for this. What's your AC, Garrick?
17.
Okay, so as you go for this uppercut, the Manticore's tail comes in front of it and slaps you away. Like pushes you away from it to kind of make a distance there. And as it does, it suddenly yells, "Stop!" very loud in front of all of you. And now we will disengage from combat, gentlemen.
Wow.
What?
Yes, we will be disengaging from combat here. The Manticore stops,
Hold the front door.
and
Yeah, the fuck?
the man-
trust this vile beast.
the Manticore stops, and as it stops, it is laying on the ground, beaten, battered, just absolutely train wrecked in front of you guys. You guys beat the brakes off this motherfucker, and it is laying there, breathing hard, gasping for air, and says, "Please, please don't. I'm just hungry."
I'm gonna walk over with my sword drawn.
Okay.
What makes you think that we shouldn't kill you right now for attacking us while my sword's pointed at its throat?
I give you no reason not to. But please.
You give me plenty of reason. You attacked us first.
Go ahead, Xander.
I reach into my backpack and I pull out one of my rations. And I offer it to it and ask, "What be your business here?"
I want to slap that shit out of his hand.
I'm gonna look at K Moonwind. My mage hand is gonna go right in front of him and shush him again.
As this is going on, I see everyone else like approach the beast. I'm still where I'm at. I put my crossbow back. I walk back over to grab the dagger that fell and put it in my pocket, and then I kind of like silently walk up to everybody else.
Okay.
So you're
Okay.
telling me this fucker's just been hungry?
Garrick, pop off. You guys can openly go into dialogue now. We're in a dialogue moment here. You guys can pop off whenever you'd like.
You blue-skinned fool! Don't offer it food. It was just trying to make us a meal.
I'm gonna
You
look
don't
over
know
at
that.
Boris.
You don't
I'm gonna
know
look over
that.
at
It could
Boris.
just be hungry. He
I'm
wasn't
gonna look
going
at
to make
everybody.
a meal out of me. I'm not that
And
tasty.
then I'm gonna look over at everybody, and I'm just gonna be like, I'm tired of this, and I'm gonna just push my sword right into its throat.
Whoa!
Oh, wow. Okay. Go ahead and roll for an attack, good sir, to see if it hits.
And I'm gonna use True Strike.
True strike? Okay, 1 second here. Don't roll that
So
yet.
1d10
Don't
plus-
roll that yet. Don't roll that yet.
It attacked me. It's a beast, dude. I don't care.
Oh,
It tried to eat me.
So keep in mind, True Strike doesn't do anything besides add radiant damage to your weapon.
And it makes it a 1d10 plus 2.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool.
Dude, it tried to kill me. I don't take things lightly. Not
ahead
from
and-
beasts.
Roll to see if it hits.
You forget we attacked first.
No, we didn't. It attacked us first. It snuck up on us. 15. Plus,
Sneaking is not attacking.
Yeah, it launched spikes at us. I dodged it. That's how we found out about it. It attacked me first. I was the first one it attacked. I hold grudges. I rolled a 15 plus 2, so that's 17.
Can we confirm?
No, that happened. That
It
happened.
happened.
That's how
It
the
happened.
Yeah, he
encounter
absolutely
started.
struck with tail
Okay,
spikes.
fair enough. Fair
How the
enough.
encounter started.
I rolled a 17.
17. Okay.
No, yeah.
But perhaps it didn't attack unprovoked.
We didn't provoke it.
Maybe we didn't, but someone that may look like us did. You never know. Be curious,
care.
not judgmental.
Don't care. Don't care. Not in this world, baby. Do not care.
You said don't care. That's so funny. Okay. So you raise your sword up on him, and it's looking you in the eyes, with eyes glazed over. And you can see it sort of in desperation go to cover itself with one paw. And as you do, you strike it down with one blade, slowly pushing its way right into the top of its head. And you guys watch as its eyes slowly roll to the back of its head and close in front of you. And you guys notice, seemingly ironically, strangely, that as this blade sinks its way into the back of the Manticore's neck, that the sun beyond the horizon just so happens to perfectly be matching sundown. As the blade bellows into the beast, the sun tucks underneath the horizon line, making it very dark and dusk around all of you. The Manticore is dead.
I walk up. Jackal walks up to the body. He kneels, like, kind of squats over it. He grabs the dagger that was still in its neck, the dagger he threw, grabs it. And I'm right next to Leon. I wipe the blood off of his pant leg and then put my dagger in. It's like,
My mage hand
and I look at
flicks him in the
Boris.
back of the head.
I look
flicks
at
him in the back of the head for that.
I look at Boris. I'm like, so you think we could get paid for this?
Boris is just gonna be silent the entire time here. He's just gonna grab his stuff, and as this is all happening, he starts walking away as soon as Leon picks up his blade to basically coup de grace this monster. It seemed like a very unnecessary act, so he's just gonna start heading back into town.
Okay, so Boris is going to start walking away.
Yep.
Okay.
I am going to wipe my fists on the grass and go check to see how Adabra is doing.
I fling the blood off my blade and sheath it.
Okay. So Cloud goes up to Adabra, and she goes up to him and says, "Are you okay, friend?"
I'm plenty fine. That was a bloody mess. Are you all right, though?
Yes, I'm okay. I'm just glad you all are safe. Thank you for ensuring my safety when the beast attacked. I know it's not easy to defend yourself from a creature of the night. Thank you, sir. Thank you, friend.
The damn thing struck first, or otherwise I wouldn't have cared at all.
And as you say that, the ground in the grass begins to, as the sun's coming down, the grass begins to start glowing this eerie green color. An ocean of greenish, tealish blue starts glowing off of the grass, and tiny balls, particles of glowing beads start floating up from the ground all around all of you. And you can see the Manticore laying there in front of all of you dead. But as it is, these particles all around you start swarming slowly around the Manticore and its dead corpse. And the particles continue to grow around it. And as it grows, you see them cover the entire Manticore, flush all of itself back into the glowing ground. And then out in front of the Manticore pops a figure. And this figure is this glowing being in front of the Manticore. And you guys suddenly hear, "Fucking hell, you guys did it!" And
I look over reluctantly. Who is this?
What?
I was squatting over the Manticore, and I see the figure, and I fall backward. And I'm like, what the?
I defensively get in front of Adabra.
I scramble to get up.
Go ahead,
I
Moon.
ready myself again.
I'm sure Boris hears this. He'll turn and look and just be like, "What the hell is this?" Like, just very, yeah.
Hey, buddy, I'm not good with surprises. So
I
you better
jump
talk
in,
fast.
looking back and forth between Leon and this figure, and just out of confusion and uncertainty and honestly fear. What did this half elf sign us up for?
And I immediately I'm readying myself, and you just see like one hand glowing for Firebolt and one hand glowing for Elder Blast. I'm not using them though. It's just like defense.
Listen, you-
Preparing, right.
Whatever happens over the course of the next few weeks, I blame you.
This was your doing, Sharpier. You go talk to the thing.
So
What
you
did
got,
we do?
you guys are standing before this being, and as you do, you hear it say, "Fucking hell, you guys did it." And it turns around, and you guys see the ghost of a dwarven warrior in front of you. He has this blurred body that's glowing within the night, and what looks like it was just fine warrior armor still can be seen amongst its body, clad in what was a perfect dwarven body here. It's holding a ghostly axe in its hand, not in a way that it is defensive towards you guys, but he's more so holding it as a utility, as if it was sort of its best friend in its potential lifetime. It turns to all of you and says, "We've been dealing with this fucking thing for many, many years. I'm glad you guys finally took a chance to take a swing at it."
I immediately unready my magical auras, and I just go, "Exactly how long have you been dealing with that beast?"
Oh, fucking hell, lad. It's been quite some time. Me and my family have been buried here for a good 100 years, I'd have to say, if not longer. This creature has been causing so much terror around this Umbridge Hill area where my family has been buried. And it hasn't been up until really a big problem until the dragon came around the area.
Dragon, you say? What dragon do you speak of?
Wait a minute. Seamus, is that you?
I don't know
I
you,
look
boy.
at
Keep
my
quiet.
mage hand immediately. It's just hovering around Moonwind, and it just looks at him, and instead of shushing, it just goes.
I'm just saying, he looks very familiar.
Garrick, question?
You individual.
Do I notice if this is the ghost of Adabra's ancestor based off of my previous conversation with her?
Go ahead and do a history check for me. Your modifier is +2 for history.
Okay. 10 total then.
10 total. You see that it's a dwarf, and it kind of has a little bit of a similar face, but you're not entirely sure if it is a direct descendant of Adabra or not. You just know that dwarves kind of look pretty similar, and there's an argument that could be made.
Okay.
And as you take that brief assessment, he goes, Gentlemen, before we get into the finer details here, let me introduce myself. I am Thragus Opal End. I am once king of the dwarves in the area of Umbridge Hill, the great kingdom that once stood of Phandalin.
My
Wait a
character,
minute. My father owes you 50 gold.
my character immediately just does a respectful hello there, Opal, and my name is
I'm
Leon
going to
Hartswell.
plop down lazily on the grass next to Adabra and loosen my stance.
And this knocks me over onto my ass, by the way.
I'm going to sit down and I'm going to pull out my my sprig of mistletoe and I'm just going to cast Good Berry, and 10 berries
gonna
will appear
pull
on the
out?
sprig.
Okay.
And
All right.
I'm just gonna grab a berry and I'm just gonna eat it, and then put the sprig away.
That's the most nomad ranger thing I've ever heard. I
Uh,
love it. I love it.
Jackal's gonna try to. Is the Manticore body still there? Or is it gone?
No, it's gone.
Manticore body is
gone?
definitely gone. Definitely gone.
Yeah, that's great and all, but I'm trying to get paid. Where'd the Manticore go?
The Manticore. The Manticore is he's with us now, lad. He's with us.
What the fuck does that mean?
See the
Excuse this individual
No,
here.
man.
And
Look,
his,
this
his-
25 gold on the line, man. I got to talk to this thing. I need to know. I need to bring back proof
This-
that I slayed the beast. So
There's more
know-
important matters here, sir.
While they're
This-
arguing amongst themselves, good spirit, now that the Manticore is dead, why do you show yourself to us?
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
as Jackal says that, he lifts up his axe and bangs the ground. And you hear it. It's a ghost, but you can hear this ironclad ting echo across all around all of you. And he says, "Be quiet, boy." And as his voice comes out, the entire hill seems to shake, and all of the glowing green upon the grass starts to seemingly in horror start frolicking and shaking very, very fast as his voice echoes all throughout the hills and lands there.
I look at Jackal and I said, "Respect the words of the ancients."
Look, you and Grams can have a conversation all day long. I'm just trying to get paid.
Garrick, question?
I'm not even supposed to be here.
I suggest you go to whoever who tasked you with such a job while we conversate. Then
Well, Boris knows. Boris. I don't like yellow Boris. Boris, we got 25 gold each.
Boris just nods. He's just
Yeah. See, he knows.
I look over.
See, someone
at,
with some sense.
I look over at the Adobra and I go, "Miss, would you be willing to go to whoever tasked them with such a job and just be an eyewitness for this creature being slain?"
Pause real quick. Garrick, you had a question?
I just want to repose my original question to the spirit. I was like, good spirit, ignoring these bickering fools, what brings you to show yourself to us now that the Manticore is gone?
As you say that, and Leon turns towards Adabra, and you both are asking two separate questions here. Adabra looks over at Thrargris, and they meet eyes. And as they look at each other, Adabra goes, "Uncle?" And they both peer into each other, and he turns towards Adabra and says, "Oh, young child," and bangs his axe twice more onto the ground. Ting, 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 and echoes even further. The grass starts going nuts, and Adabra turns towards him and just starts running to go give him a hug.
Oh, I see the resemblance.
I'll let the mage hand release him. And I was like, I forgot about that.
Adabra goes up to her wonderful uncle, Thrargris, and as she goes to give him this hug, she sort of falls into his body, realizing that she can't hug him. and goes through him as his particles of his spirit kind of glance around her and reform back in front of her. Now behind her, he turns towards and says, "Oh, my darling girl, I'm so sorry. We cannot."
Did she fall?
She kind of stumbles. She stumbles over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I
then
take a couple steps closer.
Mhm. So you step a little bit closer. As you step closer, Throgris turns towards Cloud, and he says, "Sorry, boy. What was your question again?"
Good Spirit, I just want to know why you would choose to reveal yourself now that the Manticore is dead.
Ah, yes. Fine question. Fine question. You see, boy, my family have been cursed to only appear on this hill each night when the sun is finally below where the eye can see. It is quite the curse. It's terrible been put upon our family. It has left us with no choice but to not be able to rest. And now I am here to, one, thank you, and two, pose my family as one more favor to ask of you and your friends. DJ?
So
Question?
every day at 6 p.m. on the eastern seaboard of the United States.
DJ, question?
I was like, all right, man, Mister. With all due respect, we just did you a favor. Like you said, we just killed that beast for you. I would like you to do something for me, since you're not giving out gold. I pull out the letter from earlier or previous, and
Are you trying to make a deal with a specter?
Hey, shut up, Bluey. Anyway, and then I go up. I present the letter to him. Can you read this for me, please?
Throgris turns towards you with his axe sort of in his hand. He turns towards Jackal and kind of scoffs as he looks down at the paper and goes, "Ah, a king doesn't read letters, boy." And as he says that, he turns towards another sort of like glowing ball that kind of shapes up from the ground. And from it appears another dwarven figure with a much shorter beard, and he has a helmet on still. And you can see more pronounced the skull that was once within its head, glowing much more brightly than it is with Throgris. And he goes and he turns towards it,
like, "Oh Jesus!"
and says, "Gron, read this letter, boy." And he comes. The other dwarven ghost comes spectering up towards Jackal, and then as it does, it kind of looks over at the paper, looks over at Jackal, and goes, "Ah," and looks down at the paper again. And Throgris looks down at the paper as well and goes, "All right, read it then, read it." And it starts to look at the paper, and when it does, it points and looks towards Throgris and goes, "Ah." And Throgris looks down at the paper, looks up at you, and says, "How do you not know how to read that?"
Look, I'm just I'm just a courier, sir. I don't know. I'm not supposed to read messages. I just thought. And then like I just don't know how to read, sir. That's like his fake cover up. Like
So Throgris he scoffs again once more at your paper. He says, "Oh, you fine fool! All you have to do is show it up to the light, lad."
Well, I did. I just.
And as you lift up the paper, you can see that the now moon that is here is glowing down upon all of you. And you can see now, different from the letters you saw before within the sunlight, there's a different set of letters. Now glowing in a seeming watercolor blue instead of a watercolor red that you had seen before. And these letters are different from the common English letters that you had seen before, but these are still jarbled. These letters don't make sense. They're just kind of lined up in between and around the letters of the actual original written note that you had seen in this.
Is it something I recognize? Oh.
Sir, if you could you let me take a look at this letter? I shall investigate this and see what we're seeing here.
So pause real quick, DJ. What you're asking?
Can I see if I recognize like anything in those words?
You do recognize the letters. But these letters are sort of scattered and spaced away from each other as if they were a line, and there's letters taken away from these words that are there, written in a couple of sentences.
Can I decipher as a code? Or
it's not really a code. I would say if you'd like to dig further, both you and Devin together could roll a.
To Leon, Jack was like, "Hey, buddy, this is private business. This is AB. Right now, you see yourself out, buddy." And then,
what business does a courier have opening letters that are in his possession to transport?
This isn't my letter.
I've grabbed my metal balls and I've just been playing with them in the background.
Well, this isn't my letter. I just happened to stumble upon this letter. It's not something I had to deliver. Now, excuse me, and I just I turn my back to him and I just look at the letter in front of me.
I look at you. I come from a line of private investigators. Are you sure you don't want me to help you decipher this letter?
And then I just keep looking. I ignore him. I keep looking at it, and then so what do I have to roll to see?
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check, and that'll be +4 with your intelligence modifier.
While this is happening, I'm gonna offer a berry to Twin Cloud.
I look at Boris.
Over just like
that is.
Yeah, I
look
just
at
bought a
Boris.
little sprig that has like 9 berries on it. I'm like, do you want one?
I wouldn't mind a few.
My investigation is +2.
I take a few berries.
Just take
+2
one.
in the grass.
Just take one, trust me.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it and it says +4.
Really?
Yeah.
My character sheet says. Okay. I'll take it. My intelligence is only 11. I get
take a
+0.
look at it?
That's interesting.
Are you looking at the right sheet?
I am.
You might be looking at.
No, I'm not. You're right. Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
14 + 2, 16.
Okay. So you start shining the paper up to the moonlight, and you can see these glowing blue letters. And as you're looking at them, you can kind of see that these letters are kind of shifted away from the letters you had seen previously. So maybe potentially these letters are actually going to complete the letters that you had seen earlier.
Okay. I quickly fold it up and I put it in my bag.
Okay. All right. Throgris, he turns and says, I see you've had enough of that then, lads. Can we get to my favor then?
Absolutely.
As you all humbly know, you have killed a Manticore. That's been a problem in this area for quite some time. But unfortunately, lads, my people still cannot rest. And I would like me and my family, my loved ones, my kingdom to be able to finally move on. What say you help me release us into the afterlife then?
Will we get paid?
I just kind of put my hand on my forehead. I'm just like,
I ask the good spirit what would be required of us should we choose to take on such a task.
Meanwhile, I backhand Jackal.
Go ahead
I duck it.
No, roll to see if it hits.
Roll to see if
Yeah, fuck around and find out.
19.
19. Okay. Can I dodge this?
No, because that is the dodge. That is the potential for dodge. Xander, go ahead and roll.
Make him roll a fucking D4.
Do a unarmed strike for me. That's going to be 1d6 plus 3.
1d6?
Mhm.
What the fuck?
Well, actually, we'll take off the plus 3 because it's a slap.
Yeah.
It's not a full-on punch, so
Still a D6 is crazy.
That's still
Okay.
a d6, man.
4. Okay.
Okay. Holy shit! Knock me on my ass. You only have. I have 9 hit points. That is
Just
That
a
is
quick
insane.
backhand, just, like for like immediately after he's like, do we get paid? I was like, bitch.
I'm gonna walk over to Jackal.
Fucking slap her
I'm gonna
around
walk
the
over to
world.
Jackal, and I'll just be like, "Well, I can't say you didn't have that coming, but I'm gonna reach my hand out to him." And I was like, "How about we start over from here?"
I'm still getting hit. I'm like, that's 4 hit points. I have 9 hit points. I'm
Well-
concussed. I'm concussed.
I
I am
will offer-
concussed.
You're not concussed. You're not concussed.
Listen, I'm coming over, and I'm trying to help you. Okay.
as
That's it.
as you
I'm,
take
like, on the
this
ground.
swing, and Xander backhands Jackal, and he kind of gives it like too much of a tuck. Right, he's got full swing. He was irritated by what Jackal had said. He smacks Jackal right square in the face, and Jackal kind of like tucks back and stumbles for a second. Adabra holds him up with her 2 hands because he's much taller than Adabra is. She holds him up and keeps him from falling over. She goes, "Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Here, here, here." And she pulls out this big bottle of red liquid and says, "Just drink this, you'll be fine." And then you lift it up, and then go ahead and roll me. Sorry, this is one thing I did not take a note
While this
on.
happened, my mage hand is literally in front of K Moonwind with just like stop, just like stop.
And then I go to high five it.
DJ, roll me 2d.
You fall through it.
DJ, roll me 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. All right. Hold on, cuz. Let's see. Where my d4 at? Okay. 2 of them? 2 for?
Yep, 2d4.
That's
Plus
a
2.
2, and then that is a 3. So 5 plus 2. That is.
Well, they're falling on their ass. I
7.
turn to Boris after
7.
I finish my berry and say,
7,
"What do you
okay.
make of all this? You seem to be the only one here with any sense to keep quiet."
I know. As I fall
want-
back, I'm like, Boris.
I want to
Boris!
let you know about the good berry as well. Is that it provides enough nourishment to sustain a creature for a day, so it's surprisingly filling.
Uh-huh.
I did. I was gonna say, I
Yeah.
think this is a lot full. I'm full.
Yeah. Boris is just gonna like. Boris is just like he shrugs. He's just
25 coins.
he's over this. Like he wants to go and get paid, but he also wants to get like a good meal after all this, and then the goal is to make sure Adabra's safe, and we were actually tasked with bringing her back.
All right.
Let's bring her to
Dude,
safety.
so
So-
okay.
I was
Boris
already
will
with the
remind-
last, so I'll take her back to town too. With
Yeah,
you.
Boris is going to look at Twin Cloud and be like, "I apologize. I thought you may have been the beast." Also,
I gathered that impression on your first attempt at me. Yes, early on.
well, also his
Beast,
the
so
town master's
cute.
name was Harbin.
Harbin
Wester?
Wester,
Harbin
yes.
Wester.
Also, Harbin didn't give any details on what we were looking for. So
I've not even had the opportunity to go to the town yet myself. I've just been wandering around the hills. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not exactly much for cities.
well, you would give the innkeeper a run for his money. He's a big lad. But you, whew.
As you guys are having this conversation, Moonwind slowly starts to take his hand and just put it right on Cloud's shoulder and just starts. And Cloud, you can feel it. You can feel
Oh,
it, but you're not.
fluffy.
You're so engaged in this conversation, you don't really think about like this feeling. You just kind of like twitch, and feel this.
I really want to sell this image to our viewers, by the way. Like, think of like any anime you ever watch where there's a conversation going on and then there's an extra character that just slides in out of nowhere and starts doing something. Like, that's what that is.
But the beauty of
I'm
this
just
too,
like-
though, is while Moonwind is petting Cloud's like shoulder, it's twitching in the way that like a cat twitches when you are like
there's
playing it. So it's just Cloud's not thinking anything of it. His shoulder's just like
Yeah.
while you're still engaging.
I'm getting up from being like knocked down or whatever, knocked aside.
Did I reach my hand out to you, though, and
Huh.
say those things? I remember I reached my hand out and I said, "How about we start over?"
No, I didn't even see you, dude. I was like, Jacko didn't even see that. He's like,
he was
"Oh,
crying for Boris.
No, he was like, no. And at the same time, he just didn't expect Moonwind to have that much strength. He's like, because he saw him earlier with the quarterstaff. He's like, he look all right. He didn't think he underestimated him.
Leon's hand
And
is.
then I wink at him.
Leon's hand is still out, reaching towards you, though. So
Yeah, I'm not. I didn't grab it. I'm like just like reaching for anything because
I'm just gonna
disoriented.
extend and grab him by his arm,
Yeah, I
like
was
his
like,
forearm.
like yeah,
I get up.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull you up, and I'm just gonna be like, "How about we start over from here?" And then you're dazed, right?
Yeah,
right?
I'm like, what the?
Okay.
Don't who? Huh?
Yeah. I was like, and then I look back over at the ghost. Sorry, I forgot his name already.
Progress.
What is this favor, Thargus? What is this favor that you would ask of us?
I'm glad you asked, Cloud. You see, my fine nephews have now buried up a new cave just south of here. They're on an expedition of some sorts, and they found something very important there that I think might have an opportunity to make sure that my family can be set free. At these excavation sites, you'll be able to find them. Please, you must look to see if what is in this excavation site, what they might have dug up there, might be what we need to release our souls to the afterlife.
And you also said there's a dragon afoot.
Yes, there's a dragon afoot. The dragon has been an ongoing issue for many, many days now. The dragon has come out of nowhere, seemingly. It's killing animals, taking food, killing people along the roads.
What exactly are we, dragon?
There's not much we can do about it. Unfortunately, our souls are still tied to this hill, but we see everything that happens around Phandalin. We just cannot manifest outside of this hill here at Umbridge.
Do we know what type of dragon this is?
She, unfortunately, is a white dragon, lad. Ice is all over this land. You might find yourself seeing some of these animals it's tried to eat, covered and buried in the ice of its breath, landing there, keeping it there in half carcasses that it's left there to, keep to come back for later.
It's always the white ones.
Understood. All right, I appreciate this, and if you would like, I will look into this matter myself, as I've been sent up here to look for disturbances in this region, and it sounds like we have found more than one. I'll look into this for you. I don't require much, but yes, I will look into this.
As you kind of say that, and he kind of feels a little bit better, the confirmation, he turns towards Adabra and goes, "My darling daughter, my darling, darling little girl here, my niece, my love, do us all a favor and go these fucking lads so that they can get paid."
Hallelujah.
And she looks back at you guys and says, okay, but who's going to watch the stone mill? And he says, "You don't need to worry about that, love. Just fucking go now." And he points his axe towards Phandalin, kind of gesturing towards her. And when he does, he looks over at Jackal and says, "If you're gonna do me a favor, I'll do you a favor, lad." And he sort of raises his hand, and when he raises his other hand, one bone comes sticking out of the ground where the Manticore was lying. And he says, "If you need proof, take it and show the man."
Yeah, I kind of back up. Jack kind of backs up, but then he reaches out, he grabs it, and he's like, "Thank you.
Is it the femur?
Thank you for this."
It's actually a tooth.
What part of it? Oh, shit.
Oh, I don't know much about the anatomy.
I look at everyone and I just announce, I'm like, how about we get a little bit more friendly and get to know each other over a pint? I'll get the first round on me.
That's a load of
second round's on
shite.
you too, because I'm not spending it.
You were a right proper dick this entire time.
Pause. I want to venture down that road. Cloud, your hand was up.
Oh, you answered my question with the tooth thing, so I put it down. Sorry.
Okay, onward. Moonwind.
I said what I said.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Leon was a dick. Thragris looks over and says, "Hey, lad, no reason for you all to be fighting together. You guys should go for a pint, maybe."
How do you spell
I've
this?
made friends in worse
Dwarven
ways.
I would like to pipe up and say, the damn beast wouldn't have died without an effort from all of us. There's no reason to bicker.
I
Sam, what was
agree
that?
with the big cat.
What was your question?
How do you spell this dwarven spirit's name?
Thrargras.
That's a lot of R's.
Thragris.
This is for like my note taking and keeping. So
There you go. And
I will say, I am not opposed to a pint or two, but the first round is on the bitch face with the fade.
If you're going to address me by such language, I'll show you more of what that mage hand could do to your face.
anyway,
All right,
bitch
fellas,
face. The,
Is that
let's,
a threat or a promise,
Taverns this way.
good fellow?
Yeah,
That is
Boris,
me
I'm gonna
giving
hit
you
you.
a friendly
Would like
reminder.
to physically interject in between those two and just use my large size to push them apart.
As he does this, I just reach out under his arm and start stroking.
I grab his neck.
Use conditioner.
my mage hand rests on my shoulder, and then I walk over to Boris. I'm like, "You look like you could use some mead."
So you
Boris starts to walk away.
He needs something stronger.
You're not having any of this shit. He wants the lamb stew that was promised earlier from Stone
He wants
Hill.
lamb stew and 35 shots of whatever the strongest spirit we have.
So as you guys start turning and following Boris down towards Phandalin again, Adabra comes up next to Cloud and holds from below him, holds his big forearm as a sort of securing point for her to be able to follow with. And he's sort of just gently kind of allowing his arm to dangle there to allow her to stick with the crowd. You guys go and follow, and behind you, where you guys cannot hear, one of the dwarven spirits floats up to Thragris, and he goes, and Thragris, not looking at the other spirit, but looking at you guys as you sort of trek your way down, he says, "Yes, lad, yes. I don't think I had the heart to tell them about what was inside." And that is where we'll end today's session. Gentlemen, thank you for this wonderful, wonderful battle today.
Yay!
And thank all of you
show.
guys at home for coming in and watching and listening to this fine, wonderful episode. This is a good time. You guys doing the battle. You guys put fucking work on this Manticore Jesus Christ, man.
Manticore did not hit shit.
It didn't hit shit, brother.
We beat
It
the
didn't
fucking
hit shit.
brakes off that thing, man. It was dumb as a post.
Man, I'll tell you guys.
I'm glad I
but
could take out my quarter stuff.
this was a good
I'm
time,
still
and
in
we
character.
hope you guys at home had a good time too. But we're gonna get on out of here and get ourselves ready for next week, which is gonna be even more fun. And until then, be good to each other.
Where my money at?
That's
Don't take
magic.
a backhand
Yeah,
from
where's
me.
my money?